Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Fall 2016 semester. This is Corey Olsen, president of Signum University, and I would love to welcome you to a really exciting academic year. You've probably heard me talk about the changes we recently made to our academic program and our new advising system that we have going. So I hope that everyone has been sort of enjoying the changes that you found so far. But of course, since there are changes, I want to make sure to go over some things with you because I know that some of you, even some of our veteran students, might be perhaps a little bit confused as you're working your way through our new style of courses in particular. The biggest change I know is going to be, again, especially for those of you who have been with us before, is going to be with our flex classes. So we have the two different kinds of classes that we're offering this term, our live classes and our flex classes. The live classes are as they've been before, and I'll mention those because I know that many of you are new. But I want to especially focus on the flex classes to make sure everybody knows how those work. So what you see here, this is of course the Moodle page for our Introduction to Anglo-Saxon class, which is one of our flex classes. And so I'm just going to use this as a sample to walk you through what this is going to look like and how this is going to work on the average week. And then I'll talk about the live classes, which are similar and actually in some ways a little bit simpler. So as always, the Moodle pages are divided basically into two sections. You've got this top section here with all of these different areas, and this is all information that relates to the whole class. And then these colored sections down here are the week-by-week section to give you a sort of a breakdown of each different week during the semester. So the really important stuff you'll see up here at the top, of course, you've got the syllabus. So you click here to go to the live syllabus, and this gives you all of the detailed information you need. Some of this information, of course, has been available for some time on the website, things like the course description and the general schedule and things like that. But you will also find really important policies that you need to make sure you know about, of course. Grading, withdrawal, student support, academic honesty, all these different things that is very important for us to tell you about. Then, of course, there are details about your assignments and all that kind of thing. So obviously, well, I say obviously, but of course, people always do need to be reminded, I find. You should check the syllabus to make sure that you've read through the syllabus carefully and are familiar with all these things. So you'll be able to find the syllabus up here at the top. And then, this is also extremely important, the lecture archives. This is where you will find the recordings of all of the lecture material, and this is true of all of the flex classes. So this is true of Introduction to Anglo-Saxon, the Story of the Hobbit class, the Sherlock and Ratiocination class, and Tolkien and Tradition. Okay, so all of those will have these lecture archives, and this is where you find the recordings. So you go to the lecture archives, and here are all 24 of the lectures for the entire year. You can click on video to get the video, to watch the video, to listen to the audio, and to get a PDF copy of the slides. You can either just click on this directly to make the video run, to make it stream in your browser, or you can right click on it, hit save link as, and it will bring you up an option here to save the video to your hard drive, so you can download it and watch it from your computer that way if you prefer. You can do the same thing obviously with the audio as well. So this is where you actually access the videos again here on the lecture archives. One very small disclaimer, well, not disclaimer, but sort of caution I would make. I'm using Google Chrome here as my browser, and I have actually sometimes had problems with the lecture archives that might be fixed now. But if you click on the lecture archives and it doesn't go there, especially if you're using Google Chrome, you might try it in a different browser. I tried it, I'm using a Mac, I tried it in both Firefox and Safari, and it worked fine there. And as you could see, this one worked fine this evening here on Google Chrome. But again, that's something that has happened to me, so in case you have a problem with that, do try it in a different browser and see what happens. Next, under here, we have communication. So there are announcements that your professors might be pushing out to you. The general discussion board, this first discussion board here, and all of the classes have these. This is where the students can go to hang out and talk with each other. See, this is people saying hi and talking about their linguistic backgrounds and things, is the thread that's begun here before classes started in the Anglo-Saxon class. As I say, this discussion board is focused primarily on enabling students to speak with each other. The Ask the Professor board is the one specifically for you to post questions to your professors that you want them to respond back to you. Generally, the professors usually kind of stay out of this discussion to kind of let you guys talk among yourselves. But if you want to do sort of specific Q&A with your professors, you can do that here. And this chat room is a live chat that is open to anyone in the class, but only to people in this class. So if you want to do a live chat with classmates, you can do that. The next section, very important, everybody who is either a discussion auditor or taking the class for credit will be assigned to a preceptor section. If you want to see the preceptor section assignments, you click here and it will give you a list and tell you whose section, Professor Goring or Professor Person's section you're in. These are the registration links. So first you go here and you see which section you're in, okay? Then you, finding which one, so say you're in Professor Goring's section, you would click on this link and it will bring you to, that'll enable you to register for the GoToWebinar session, or of course, as we like to, as we've called it since the very first semester of Signum University, we thought that webinar was a very ugly and newfangled name, so we wanted to think of a newer and better name, and so we have called webinars netmoots since then. So if you go to the this will enable you to register for the netmoot in question, and that's where you will go at the appropriate time. In this case, Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern, in order to get to your class on time. Your professors may post other things. In this case, you will see there's a presentation schedule for Professor Goring's group that he has posted here. That is not something that will be in every single course, obviously, but it is here in this one. So again, you will always want to look at this top section to make sure that you see everything. There's also a bunch of resources that are posted here. Another common thing, though not universal in every single course, but this course, the Anglo-Saxon course, uses a lot of online materials, online textbooks, such as Mike Drout's Quick and Easy Old English text. And these are the links to those books, as well as to some other materials that your professors have very kindly posted for you. So that's all the material up here at the top. So again, your two primary components of the class, your lectures are in the lecture archives, your preceptor sections you get to through by consulting this list and then registering for the appropriate one. If you go down now to the weekly assignment, this tells you basically this tells you what you need to do to keep up with the class every week. So for week 1, which is this coming week, for week 1, you will need to read chapters 1 through 5 of Drout's Quick and Easy, so which is you can get through by clicking on that link, and you will need to view these two lectures, the overview of the course and the introduction to OE language. So that means to do that, you'll go to the lecture archive and you will watch these two videos, Lecture 1 and Lecture 2. Okay, so that's what you do in order to keep up with the weekly assignments here in Introduction to Old English, and you will be meeting with Professor Goring in your section as well, or Professor Person, whichever section you're in. And as you can see, this goes down. Sometimes there are special assignments. These are links to get your assignment for that week. You see those would be posted there. So sometimes those are there. But again, you just follow week by week, going up to the lecture archive in order to get the correct lecture and make sure you watch that and to keep up with the reading. Okay. Now, as for live courses, those are somewhat different, but the primary difference is that instead of going up and watching the recorded lectures, you'll be attending live lectures with the lecturer. So, and those will be down here. There'll be a registration link up here at the top to register for the lecture sessions, throughout the term. It's just another GoToWebinar, GoToNetmoot link, which you will use, and that'll take you to the lecture link, so that you'll have basically two different webinars or netmoots that you will register for if you're in a live class, one for the lecture and one for your particular preceptor section that you've been assigned to. So that's it. So instead of viewing the recorded lectures, you will attend live. Now, if you are in a live course and you can't attend the live session for whatever reason, whether that reason be because the lecture is taking place while you were at work, or whether the lecture is taking place in what is in your part of the world the middle of the night, or if there's just something else that you have to do, that's okay. All of our lecture sessions are recorded, and those recordings will be posted for you in a lecture archive not unlike to these. So you'll be able to go back and view that recording. Those lectures are generally posted, recordings, that is to say, of the live lectures are generally posted within a couple hours of the lecture, so you should be able to watch that right away. To keep up with things and be prepared to discuss it at your preceptor section. Well, I hope that this little overview has been helpful and helps everybody to kind of get a clearer roadmap of what you're doing and how to interact with your Moodle course here where all of our class material lives. And I hope you will enjoy the semester. I am really excited about this term. We actually have a new record for credit students who are enrolled this semester. We have more credit enrollments than ever before, and we have absolutely destroyed the old record for discussion auditors as well. So total attendance at our on our preceptor sections across the board in all 6 of our classes is way up this semester, and that's been really, really exciting. We also got more new applications for this fall than we've ever gotten for any term before. So I'm really excited to get to know better all of our new students. Very excited to see the response, and I hope that you guys will have as much fun during the course of this semester and over the next few semesters and years as we continue to pursue this new academic program together. I hope you have as much fun doing all those things as I certainly plan to be having, being a part of it as well myself. So thanks very much again, everybody, and I hope you enjoy your term. Thanks now.